What's good, y'all? It's your boy Teddy B Blackman, and I'm back with another slight little reaction slash debate video, if you will. So I've been back in my wrestling bag. Well, at least I started back today or whatever. And so I got a cool debate that me and one of my bros was having, and I just wanted to make a video about it and wish he could be here to make his part of the argument or whatever. But I'll keep it like less of a debate. But anyways, so long story short, the topic is, who is WWE's more dominant heel champion right now? Is it Roman Reigns and the Roman Empire, or is it Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Business? So WWE's two top champions, Roman Reigns is the Universal Champion over on SmackDown, Bobby Lashley is the WWE Champion on Monday Night Raw. Both are flanked by prolific managers. Bobby Lashley's flanked by MVP Montel Vontavious Porter, who most people know from back in the day as a wrestler, talent. Now he's a manager, wrestles every once in a blue moon. Roman Reigns is flanked by the iconic, maybe the best manager of all time, arguably, probably, Paul Heyman. Now we know how these Paul Heyman guys work, from, Brock Lesnar to CM Punk, and even way back in the day to like RVD and Sabu, you know what I'm saying? Just a prolific manager on both ends, that is. So I guess the compare and contrast scenario would be the only way. So Bobby Lashley's only been champion a few months. Roman Reigns has been champion, I think, since SummerSlam or whatever that was, Payback, I think, after SummerSlam. He came back SummerSlam. I think Payback is when he got it, which was the next week later, I think. When he basically, Bray Wyatt was the champion, but he pinned Braun Strowman to win the title to keep Bray looking strong and, send him off the Raw and this and that. Bobby Lashley defeated The Miz after they came to an agreement that Bobby Lashley would assault Drew McIntyre and The Miz would cash in the Money in the Bank, which he did. But if he did, Bobby Lashley would be the first in line to get a title shot, which he was, after a couple of shenanigans trying to be played by The Miz. He caught a stomach virus, so he couldn't defend the title, this night, and was feeling dizzy. He couldn't defend the title, early on in the night. So the main event was a lumberjack match after they had gave him like medicine and all of that. It's wild leading up to it, but at the end of the day, Bobby Lashley puts in the Hurt Lock, which is pretty much unbreakable, I feel like, at this point, to become WWE champion. So now there's a lot of similarities between these two. I feel like, one, since Roman Reigns has the new music now, they both have super fire theme songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what a legit heel champion song would be like. Both of them have that. They both have the iconic managers. You know what I'm saying? Although the Hurt Business has downsized, they don't have Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander anymore. I do look for them to add maybe one or two guys eventually to get it back to a group. Roman Reigns has the Bloodline, which consists of him. Right now it's Jey Uso, and I really expect any point in time going forward right now for Jimmy Uso to join this fray. Might be after a feud with Jay or something like that, I don't know, but I expect him to fully be a part of this Bloodline. And I would love to see Roman as the Universal Champion and them as the Tag Team Champions, and it's just a heel faction. Paul Heyman is, doing his thing with the group. We already had gotten that with the Hurt Business, with Bobby Lashley being WWE Champion and Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin winning the Raw Tag Team Champions. It didn't last that long, but it happened, so it was a cool moment. So I like those kind of things. I like when the whole stable has championships, you know what I'm saying? It reminds me of shades of like the Undisputed Era or Evolution back in the day, DX or something, etc., etc. So I really like those type of things. Then we're going to go to styles. Styles, they're pretty much like, they're different, but they're kind of the same. They both run off the spear. That's their like specialty. Both have pretty convincing submissions, with the Hurt Lock being Bobby Lashley's finisher about 95% of the time. Roman Reigns has the guillotine, and this is a new move that's been added to his set since he's become heel. The guillotine is awesome, man. I like that move. I like the Hurt Lock too. The Hurt Lock reminds me of the Master Lock that Chris Masters used to do back in the day, with like a little variation. But yeah, like I said, the submissions, the finishers, the spears, they're both just built powerhouses. You know, Roman Reigns looks like he's put on about a good 20 pounds of muscle over the last month or so, and he looks bigger. Bobby Lashley is certainly like the dominant heel champion as far as coming out with the suits, and you know, the guy, he's a champion, so he's getting money and he got the cars and the suits, and the only thing he's missing is the women, you know what I'm saying? But after that Lana situation, we're cool with that. Trust me, you know what I'm saying? Roman Reigns is more so like everything revolves around him, whether he dresses like it or not. You know what I'm saying? He has the whole Samoan thing, so most of the time he has like the no shirt on with the rose little necklace thing that they be wearing. I forgot what it's called, but that's what they be wearing. They're just like, WWE really has something going with both of these champions. To the point where, although Monday Night Raw has plenty of competitors to match up with the size, because that's what I feel like WWE shifting towards, like wrestlers looking like old school wrestlers again, where they're just like big and muscular, and even the ones that aren't big and muscular, they can put on like a super show. So when you have Roman Reigns going against a Daniel Bryan, it's like Daniel Bryan's like super. He's not super muscular, but he has 1,000 moves in his moveset to get the job done. More so like an old school like Rey Mysterio or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Who looks like they shouldn't be competing with the likes of a Batista or a Brock Lesnar, but then you have him or people like Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace, who would defeat Brock Lesnar for the title and stuff like that because they know 1,000 moves and would get, you know what I'm saying? So that's how Daniel Bryan is. But other than that, over on Raw, it's just like there's a smorgasbord of these big, gigantic wrestlers. We have Braun Strowman and Randy Orton, who's not gigantic, but he's muscular. You know, Drew McIntyre, who started that trend for me, I guess. We have a Bray Wyatt who's big. He's not really like, he's not muscular, but he's just like upsized, you know what I mean? So they kind of forming a main event, like you have to be this kind of way, like kind of old schoolish. Over on SmackDown is still, SmackDown they used to call the land of opportunity. Even though they don't call it that no more, I kind of feel like it's always going to be that regardless, you know what I'm saying? Because over on SmackDown, anybody I feel like can get a title shot. They don't have like a stacked main tier of like main eventers, you know what I'm saying? So they thrust people up. You have it like, so it looks like Cesaro's next in line, or maybe Shinsuke Nakamura, or Rey Mysterio, you know what I mean? Eventually, I expect to see maybe something between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. They tease it here and there, have them doing run-ins with each other, you know, like in each other's presence, but not really acknowledging each other, you know what I'm saying? And so just to see. So my bro, he was saying that he felt like Bobby Lashley was the more dominant champion, and my rebuttal was Roman Reigns was. And I was saying, based on the longevity of the title reign, this is since last summer, you know what I'm saying? Bobby Lashley's wins have been dominant. Now, Bobby Lashley has a triple threat match coming up against Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. If he wins this convincingly, I could. Now the debate becomes that much closer. But WrestleMania kind of separated that for me. And when Roman Reigns was able to pin Edge, he laid Daniel Bryan on top of Edge and then pinned both of them at the same time. That kind of separated for me, like, yo, I've never seen nobody do that before. You know what I'm saying? Or even if you have, just in that kind of fashion, not no championship match. You know what I'm saying? Like, both guys, I would say Roman has the better mic skills, a little edge to Roman. Bobby Lashley, he's good at talking on the mic, but he just doesn't really talk on the mic. He's more so like MVP's going to do like 90% of the talking. Whereas though with Paul Heyman does about 75% of the talking, but Roman Reigns still cuts a great promo too. He's going to cut his promo. You know what I'm saying? So it really is just like, to me, it's apples and oranges. Whatever your preference is, it's cool. I'm more so interested to see how they're going to book these guys to lose these titles. They're not going to be champions forever. They're both like on a super, even before Bobby Lashley won the title, he was on like a mean streak anyway. You know what I'm saying? He was the US champion and he was on a mean streak with that. And the way he lost it lets you know like it was a triple threat match and somebody else got pinned. So they try to do that to keep you strong. And he hasn't lost in like a long time, maybe since almost last summer. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Roman's on the same kind of tear. Roman has been in matches where he's tapped out, but the ref isn't looking, or you know, that little whole thing that they do, the gimmick that they do. But it's just interesting to see like they have all these strong, super strong heels built up. So eventually they're going to have to do the faces the same way. Like there's going to have to be like, I hate to say this because I hope this doesn't come true, because it was tough stomaching this guy, pause, for this amount of time. But there's going to have to be another John Cena-esque type of wrestler. You know what I'm saying? To dethrone one of them. So, I guess, like I said, I edged it to Roman Reigns. You know, whatever y'all think, drop that down in the comments. You know, give this video a like, dislike, you know, share it. I'll be sharing it on different little wrestling forums to see people's opinion. And this Teddy B. Blackman, and we out.